How are you doing?
Hi, Ashka. I'm doing good. How are you?
That's fantastic. I've been doing really well as well.
Been great. I work more with Princess than I do with Ken. Josh is more in kind of doing the B2B side. But Princess has been amazing. She works really, really well with the rest of our team. And I think she's really kind of just become a part of our customer service need. She asks great questions. She's really engaged. She just such a self-starter, and I think she's been such a great asset, and everyone on our team love working with her, and she has such like a positive attitude and just kind of really goes that extra mile for customers, and she's so patient, and I feel like has all the qualities that we were looking for in a customer service agent. And I think she's so good in the fact we're like, can't wait to get rid of our other agents that we have from our other agencies so we can just go full on TalentPop. Yeah, so I think in that sense, Princess has been great.
That's fantastic news. I'm glad to hear that like it matched that well and she just loves the brand and like she loves working with you so much. And she's told me countless times like that like the way that you lead and that you treat everything by example and you had to empower her makes her want to do better and better for you guys. So kudos to you for being able to really manage the relationship well and make sure that she's empowered the entire time. And then one question I have is like it is like that's when you guys are in the electric bike space. So it's like, I'm assuming like inquiries that come in are not always that simple. Is she helping out with all types of requests right now from like basic, where is my order all the way to like, hey, this is not working? Or is she only in charge of certain types of requests coming in?
So she's kind of like the first entry level, like for basic questions. So she kind of just handles pretty much like all the elementary questions, but I feel like as she's getting more and more comfortable answering more technical questions, I feel like there are some basic questions that she knows how to answer now. And if she's comfortable with it, she kind of just goes ahead and answers it. After having worked with our tech team for so long, I feel like there are certain questions that she just knows how to answer just by experience. But of course, like you mentioned, since bikes are more technical, there still will come questions where that requires more of like a technical expertise. And for those questions, she normally just kind of passes on, or she'll kind of type it into our Slack channel, like, hey, like I have a customer with this particular issue. And then our tech team will try to identify what the problem is based on, the conversation. And if it's something that they can just be like, hey, I think it's this, then she kind of just continue on the conversation. But if it's something kind of like above her understanding, then she just passes it on to the technical team. So I think it's really like ticket by ticket, but I think she has a pretty good understanding now of like what she can handle and what she needs to pass
Totally.
on.
Some of the more like technical focused questions about troubleshooting the electric bike itself, she'll be escalating to you and your tech team. And then from there, she's able to handle all other requests that are coming inbound. But obviously, with time, she's getting better and better. And like the knowledge base of things that she's able to handle is just getting larger and larger, which is great.
Yeah. And I think like if there are certain questions that we get asked a lot, then our tech team kind of goes in there and they kind of come up with an answer that's then just used, and then so she'll know like, okay, for this question I can just apply this answer.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it just kind of comes with experience, but I feel like over time she's just getting very self-sufficient, and like I think she has a very clear guideline and kind of like working process of what to do.
Beautiful. And as far as communication goes, that's all going well. You guys are in Slack. You guys are having
Really well, and she's very like if there's anything she's not clear about, she will ask in the Slack channel, and I feel like we have a very lively Slack channel, and where we have our tech team, so there's a lot of back and forth every day. So I think in that sense, communication has been great, and she's also just I think starting to do a little bit more calls and things like that now, and she's getting just more and more comfortable. And she also joins our weekly meetings. So if there's any more like advanced tickets, we discuss them, and then we talk about like, okay, like this was a really difficult customer. Like, how do we handle this in the future? So yeah, so I think, honestly have like nothing but positive things to say about working with Princess so far.
That's fantastic news. I'm so excited to hear that. And again, I think it has a lot to do with the way that you guys have been communicating together and making her feel like she's part of the team as well, enjoying those weekly calls and really learning more about those like specific subject matter issues that you guys have that are a little bit more technical. When it came to customer support prior to TalentPop, what was your existing like structure that you guys had in place? Were you handling the tickets that were coming inbound, or what was that looking like?
So it was similar, but we worked basically with another agency called Mod Squad. So they were kind of just handling tickets. But I think the issue that we had was that their communication wasn't as open. So they didn't really have that much guidelines and like resources as you guys, where you guys have like this in-depth Excel with like questions, frequently asked questions and answers. So basically we had like this one agent, like her average ticket, like answer tickets were like 4 tickets in an hour. So it was just like very, very slow. And then we always caught her doing wrong answers, and it was just like lack of communication. Also, we had problem with like the scheduling. So it was a lot of hand holding on our end. And also just over time, like things wasn't really improving. We had a similar setup, like where it was like a shared tier 1, sort of the chat and all the tickets that came in. It was like a shared mod, but we basically found that the problem is that they're always just, a lot of it, since it wasn't dedicated, a lot of the answers that came out of them was wrong. So
Yeah.
we ended up spending more time fixing the answers.
Yeah, I think there's no room in something like this for a shared model where it's like no one really is a subject matter expert. There's 20 people working on 100 brands. Like it's just a recipe for disaster, especially with a brand like yours that like it is technical. It's not like, hey, where's my order tracking numbers right here? Plug it in. Like these people need to speak in the right brand voice, brand tone. And like the AOVs with you guys are high. So it's very important for us to be able to treat the customers that they need to be treated. So I'm glad to hear that Prince has been like doing a great job, making sure everything is handled well. And obviously, as you guys continue to grow, like we're here to grow with you for all of your needs. And I know that we're the dealer network side of things, I'm pretty sure is going very smooth when it comes to Ken assisting with some of that outreach there. And I know we're bringing on some additional help soon as well. But whenever you guys need anything, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to myself, Tanner, whoever it happens to be. And we're always there to give you a hand.
No, I mean, you guys have like all been great. And also, you know, major props to Tanner. Like anything I need help with, I always like message her and I'm like, I don't even know if you're the right person, but she's always like, no, I am, like, let me help you with this. Whereas like our other account manager, we've just had so many issues with them to the point where just like, I want a new account manager, because like we've had issue with scheduling where like we had like 1 week where he let both of our agent go on vacation, and we're just like, dude, we don't even have an agent anymore. You didn't even let us know. So it's just been, you know, like it just, you know, so it's just been night and day working with you guys and this other agency, which charges us way more. So I mean, I'm just so ready to just switch over when our contract ends. I already have the day marked. Like,
awesome. Yeah. Whenever you need it, Tanner's there for you. She loves you guys so much as well. And like me as well. If you guys ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Like we'd love to be able to continue to grow with you guys and make sure we're just providing great levels of service. And then last question I have I want to share this with some people that are kind of on the edge of like, if TalentPop would be the right opportunity for their business. Like if you were kind of in your shoes early on and we're like, hey, I've worked in this, I've tried outsourcing customer support before, it didn't go that well. I'm kind of on the fence of things. Like what would you tell someone like that after working with TalentPop for now, like what, 6 months or so at this point?
Well, I want to give you like a really good answer. So I probably will like spend some time thinking about it and like typing it up. But I think for me, it's just that like you guys, I think it's kind of like been almost like our secret weapon. I feel like for us, it feels like, you know, at a certain point, it really feels like we are a customer service company that just happened to sell e-bikes. And like you said, with the higher AOV point, the customer aspect is just so important. And I feel like you guys have really kind of just gone above and beyond. And, you know, we've worked with other customer service team, but then, you know, you guys have just comes in so prepared, and you guys I feel like have helped us become a better company and get more organized, and teaching us like, hey, these are the systems that you actually need to set in place in order to get more optimized and run a smoother company. And I feel like that's really helped us and propelled us forward. and in helping us setting these systems in place that we didn't already have, which has been, I think, instrumental in just like optimizing the way that we run our customer service. And it's something that we apply to when we onboard new people. We're like, read this, do this. And we basically apply the same method, when we even hire other people, because it's just such great resources and like a good foundation that you guys have put in place for us.
Totally. That's so fantastic to hear. And like, I'm so excited to see where the growth of Espin continues to move into right now, because I know that you guys are doing so many things right at this point. I know that we're opening up some additional channels at this point, and I'm just excited to see what the future has in hold and see how you guys continue dominating the space. So
yeah, it's been great so far. And, thank you guys for just being so amazing and just so helpful. And yeah, we're really looking forward to this new hire. That's going to be joining as a marketing admin assistant. So we're just slowly just building our team.
That's going to be
built with TalentPop people.
And bring me, loop me into this conversations as well. Like, I'd love to see where I can assist with adding some value there, because I know it is like a new hire that you guys are bringing on outside of like the stuff that we've done before together. So I'd love to see if I can help Tanner out with that relationship, getting involved, similar to the way that I was helping out with Ken getting started, just to be able to see like, how can we set up some systems in order to really optimize the management process of your new team member and make sure everything is off to just an excellent start.
Absolutely. I'm having like my marketing community manager kind of come up with like an onboarding process. And I think when she has that material ready, I'll definitely loop you in to see how we can further like optimize that and create systems. I know you love your systems, and I've been using Zapier more now too. And oh my God, it's such a lifesaver.
Oh, nice. You started using it.
Yes. So so I started using it for I created this new system for our tech team. So whenever there's a new ticket, they add it into a Google Sheet, and then it automatically gets into like a task on Asana.
Nice.
So
I'm telling you,
use it more.
Keep using it more and more. Like, you're going to find there are a million things you can do with Zapier. Like, I think if I look at our metrics, we have like a super massive plan for Zapier, because we run like 40,000 zaps a month of just different things, like the most random things, from like getting from one place to another. And just like when we send you guys over candidates, we send you over like links to those documents that include how they respond to customer service inquiries. Like, that's all automatically generated based off their previous responses to a quiz, and automatically creates that document. And then we have the URL in the CRM and send it over to you. So you can literally automate anything going on with a little bit of creativity.
Yeah. I mean, you're obviously much more advanced than me. I'm still using like the various
oh, it comes though. It'll come quickly.
But I think with this new, marketing and admin, I'm hoping also she can help me generate, because as we're growing our business, I feel like there are certain reports and numbers that I just need to be more aware of.
Totally.
So I'm also wanting, this new admin to help me pull out daily, weekly, and monthly reports that I need to be aware of. So I definitely want to set up kind of systems that can be automated on certain dashboards that I will get sent to me every day, week, and monthly. So definitely would love to work on that, kind of come up with a plan on what is the best way for us to do that.
Definitely loop me into that type of conversation as well, because one thing I want to let you know, we work with a lot of different marketing agencies that are out there, because we have a massive referral partner network that always kind of refers people to TalentPop. But with that being said, we have some agents that assist specifically for marketing level reporting when it comes to all right, if it's Facebook ads, weekly report, cost per click, CPM, click-through rate, cost per acquisition for different creatives or different ad sets, or kind of however you want to have it broken out. That way you get it nicely the way it needs to be built out. But if you ever need assistance with trying to figure out what those key metrics are, I can definitely help you out with that as well.
Okay. Yeah. Love it. Trying to, get more data savvy.
You got this. You got this. You guys are crushing at this point. And again, if you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. But thank you so much for your time today.
All right. Thank you. You have a great day as well.
Sweet. All right. I'll talk to you guys.
Bye. Bye.